Your rear foot is usually your dominant foot. This is typically the foot you use to kick a soccer ball. Wait, your rear foot? So I'm actually regular? The Exway X1 electric skateboard has been around since the end of 2017, but despite having been on the market for more than half a year, this board is not the least bit outdated. And throughout this video, you're going to see why. Let's go through the unboxing. The first thing we see is the board and the Exway logo. I like that they've kept the logo relatively small. I wish every brand would do that. That sticker that just fell off is a warning label that you're supposed to peel off anyway. It just reminds you to read the manual and that riding an electric skateboard can be dangerous. There's another warning sticker on each of the two hub motors. It tells you not to submerge the board in water and that taking apart the motor will void the warranty. This board uses grip tape on top and the bottom uses some kind of scratch-resistant material. This box on the bottom side acts as a heatsink and has a charging port and a power button. Hold on, so where's the battery? Just like the Starry and Team G's products, the battery is inside the deck. You can hardly tell that this skateboard is electric. The front wheels are 80mm 80A Duro. Same for the back, but the back also has an 83mm option. I'll talk more about that in a moment. The bushings are kind of interesting. They're not round. They're in this triangular hexagonal shape. So if you want different bushings, I think you gotta get them from Exway. Let's see what else is in the box. Here's a warranty card, and it reminds you that you should try to keep the battery level between 30% and 75% when you're not using it. That's not just for Exway, that's a good rule of thumb for lithium-ion batteries in general. Here's a quick start guide, which is mostly for a first-time rider. It covers things like foot position, how to get on the board, how to turn, etc. Also note that the board limits you to the first two speed modes for the first 10 kilometers. Once you've ridden the board for 10 kilometers, the third and fourth modes become available. Exway may provide a way to skip this requirement in the future through a firmware update. I personally don't mind having this feature because it's just 10 kilometers. Aside from the quick start guide, there's a user manual that goes into more detail about the board's features. Here's something interesting. A flashing green light indicates that the board is charging an external device, for example, your phone. Here's the remote. Looks quite similar to the boosted, inspired remote that we're seeing on a lot of boards nowadays. Exway's remote has an LED display that shows you various info. And you'll notice that there's no switch for reverse. By default, you click the button on the side 3 times to go into reverse. You can also configure the board to behave like boosted so that when you pull back on the control wheel, the board goes backward. The remote also vibrates when something needs your attention. Exway comes with a second set of PU sleeves and they're a slightly different size. Instead of 80mm like the installed sleeves, they are 83mm. A rep for Exway has told me that they will release a larger wheel option in the near future. Here's a standard skate tool in orange color. Here's the charger, and it has a magnetic charging plug. Pretty cool. This is the first time I've seen one for an electric skateboard. Here's a micro USB cable for charging your remote. Here's a USB adapter so you can use the board to charge your phone or the remote. And finally, here's a small Allen wrench for changing the hub motor sleeves. You can scan the QR code on the manual to go download the app. The app gives you a ton of customization settings, and they're actually useful. For example, if you want to be able to change speed modes while riding, you can enable that in the app. And if you want cruise control, you can enable that. You can even have braking become reverse when you pull back on the control wheel. Not only that, you can customize the top speed, acceleration curve, and braking curve for each speed mode. I'm really looking forward to trying that out. Aside from some minor spelling and grammar mistakes in their documentations and app, everything's very professionally prepared and well designed. Even without riding the board yet, you feel good just having it. Hey Max, do you want to try out the Exway?
Yeah, sure. What time?
Today I'm going to try out the Exway X1 with Max and Tilo. That's Max over there in the red shorts, that's Tilo in the black shorts. We're going to go through everything in the quick start guide. They have these very thorough manuals. One's the quick start guide, one's the regular manual. Now let's get started. First thing we got to do is download the app. which I've already done. This is the app. This is the default screen. Actually, the manual is in the app also, but we have the paper manual, so we're just gonna use that. The quick start guide says to always wear a helmet and protective gear such as knee pads and elbow pads when using your Exway electric skateboard. Okay, we'll do that now. Alright, skateboard direction. The arrow at the front of the skateboard points forward. That's forward. Make sure the direction is correct before using the board. That's very important. Step 2, foot position. Your rear foot is usually your dominant foot. Your rear foot is usually your dominant foot on a skateboard. This is typically the foot you use to kick a soccer ball. Wait, your rear foot is the one you use to kick a soccer ball? So, wait, so I'm actually regular? Okay, according to this, I would be regular, but I write goofy because I would kick a soccer ball with my right foot, but this is saying that this should be my rear foot. Okay, I'm gonna try writing regular today. I'm gonna write switch today. Oh, I have no idea how to get on now. Hold on. Okay, with goofy, it'd be like, that's goofy for me. And Max will demonstrate regular. Step 3, stance. Stand with your feet in the widest part of the skateboard as shown below. When you are skilled, you can move the back foot forward to adjust to a comfortable position. Not that. Okay, proper stance. There you go.
I'm a newbie, by the way.
We're all newbies today. Hold the remote wheel back to hold the Exway electric skateboard in place. So basically you hold down the brake. Step on your board with your front foot first and then carefully lift your rear foot on the deck. Okay, you gotta try goofy.
Hold and out.
Why does it feel like I'm getting on backward? How do I normally? Okay, what's the next step? Turning. It's so humid in here that this paper is getting soggy. Keep the brakes on when learning to turn your board. Slowly weight your toes and heels to change direction. Yeah, maybe not like that.
Heel side,
Yeah, heel side turn,
toe
toe side turn,
heel side,
left turn,
toe
right turn.
side.
Very basic stuff. Next step, stepping off. Making sure the brakes are on, carefully weight your front foot. What does that mean? Carefully weight your front foot and remove your rear foot from the deck. Oh, okay, so put your weight on the front foot and remove your rear foot. All right, I'm gonna practice doing regular because I'm goofy, so I'm gonna do regular. Put your weight on the front foot and then, yeah. Is that how you do it? I mean, front foot first. What? He gets off with his front foot first, which is weird.
Why? Like this? Yeah. It fell. No. This is wrong way. Wrong way. Right foot. Okay. Regular left hand. Right. Hold your brake. Right foot off.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, now the fun stuff. Braking and acceleration. Roll the remote wheel back to brake and roll the remote wheel forward to accelerate. Again, I'm goofy. I'm gonna try doing this in regular stance, and Max is gonna do the reverse.
Ooh, brake.
Wait, that's regular. You're supposed to do goofy.
Okay. Hold the brake and accelerate. Lean forward. Ooh, and ready to brake.
And then get off.
Get off.
How do you get off?
Yeah. Right.
Easy peasy. Trying regular stance. It just takes so much thought.